Good morning, students. Yesterday we discussed about a third unit linked list. So linked list is also a data structure where the elements are inserted in linear order. Okay. So before starting the linked list, we just why we are using linked list. Linked list also data stored in linear order and array is also data stored in linear order. So why we are using linked list means here in array some of the disadvantages in array are there. So to overcome the disadvantages we use linked list. Okay. So what is an array? Sir, what is the disadvantages in array? What are the advantages in array? So what are the advantages in array is so one of the advantages so one advantage is data accessing is faster. Okay. So first advantage is data accessing is faster. So what is data accessing means? So the data can be accessed very efficiently just by specifying the array name and corresponding index. So if you, for example, want to call the ith item in an array, so if you want to call the ith item in an array, okay, the time taken to uh, the time taken to access a of 0 and if you are considering a of 1000, so the time taken to access the a of 0 and a of 10 is same is the same time it will consider as here. So here the time taken to access a of 0 is same as the time taken to access a of 1000. So this is data accessing first. So if you want to read a of 0 in 1 second and a of 1000 also you read in 1 second only. That is advantage of array and it is very simple. So arrays are very simple to use and understand. So these are some advantages of array. Then what are the disadvantages of array? So here in the arrays, even though the arrays are very useful in implementing various data structures, but there are some disadvantages. First one is the size of the array is fixed. So if you perform any operations on array, first you have to declare the size of the array. That means the size of the array is fixed. Okay. So if you are giving a of 10, so it will allocate 0 to 9 blocks of memory. Okay. So that is fixed. Array size is fixed. That is one disadvantage. Another one is insertion and deletion operations in arrays is tedious job. Okay. If you want to insert or delete um, in array is a tedious job. For example, if the array contains 200 elements. Okay. So for example, if the array contains 200 elements, so if you from that 200 elements means A of 0 to A of 99 array representation 199. So if you want to insert an element at position 1, okay, A of 1, so you have to move these remaining elements to one step right side or one step forward, or you must move to their next immediate position. So it will take the, so it will take much time to move. Okay, and the same way deleting element and at given position, here for if you want to delete an element in the array, it will also consumes time. For inserting also it requires more time, for deletion also, but the operations are performed here, insertion and deletion, but it is a tedious job to insert delete in the array. Okay, so these are the disadvantages in array. So here here array size is fixed, we have directly give the size of the array. Here dynamic. Okay, runtime we are allocate our memory. Sorry, insertion and deletion are inefficient because you have to shift right or left. Here no shifting is required. So here the data will be accessed here randomly, one by one, A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. Here no random access. And another disadvantage is the memory waste. So memory waste means if you are declaring array size as 100, if you are initializing array size as 100, but you are using only 0 to 9 of data, the remaining memory is waste. And array requires continuous memory. Array requires continuous memory allocation. Okay, continuous memory allocation means for example, there is a address 1. This is the block address. This is a type int. Then the next block address is added by integer 2 bytes. Then it is 103. So in array, continuous memory is required. Okay, for example, in the I am giving the size of the array is 10,000. Okay, that 10,000 blocks I need in continuous memory allocation. So in sometimes the continuous memory will not available in memory. So it shows the space is not available in memory. So because why? Because the array requires only continuous memory location. But here the elements are not in continuous memory location. Okay. Here elements are not in continuous memory location. So these are the disadvantages of array and disadvantage in array, and these are some advantages of array. So just to see array definition. So linked list definition. So what is linked list means? So a linked list is a data structure which is collection of 0 or more nodes. It contains nodes. So where each node is connected. Okay. So see here in this. So where each node is connected to one or more nodes. Okay. So if each node in the list has one link field, and it is called as if the each node in the list has only one linked field, then we call it as a single linked list. So if it has two linked fields, then we call it as a double linked list. Okay. So if the link field contains only one linked list, one link, then we call it a single linked list. So a linked list is a data structure in which is collection of zero or more nodes. So where each node is connected to one or more nodes. Okay. So what is info? So see here, this is the pictorial representative linked list. One is info field, the other one is link field or address field. Here info field means this field is used to store the data or information to be manipulated. So you want to store the data in the using linked list, you must store in this info field, and this link field contains the address of the next node. This link field contains the address of the next node. So what is linked list? So linked list is a collection of elements called nodes. So here the data will be available in nodes. So here node contains one info field and the other one is link field or data field and link field. So here data or link. Okay, clear students? Next, see here the pictorial representation of single linked list. So, see here in this data is 14, 30, 42. 14, 30, 42 is the data, whereas these are the address. So, 100 address of this node and 400 is the address of this node. In last, we represent the null. So, null means the list is end. The end of the node. Here I write the 200 here, 200 address of this node. So this is the pictorial representation of single linked list or pictorial representation of linked list. Okay, clear student? Just see the diagram. Okay, clear? Can I please anybody reply me? So far clear students? So far clear or any doubt? So now see here, students. So here the memory allocation is not directly we are allocating in arrays. We just before starting the program we are initialize the size of the array. But in linked list, what we can do is the allocation will be dynamically are allocated. How we allocated the memory is just see here. See students. So how we get the memory from the how we get the memory from the system dynamically. So here we are using the available list or avail list. So what is avail list means? It is a list of free nodes in the memory. So where there is a free memory in the where is the free memory is there, that is stored in the available list. So that is, it contains unused memory cells. These memory cells can be used in future. So here the list of available space or free storage list, we call it as a, so we call it as a free pool, a list of empty memory available in the system. We call it as list of available space or free storage list or free pool. Free pool means the free memory nodes are available in the system and free blocks of memory is available in the system. So it is used, these memories are used along with the linked list. So whenever you want to new node, so in the insert in the list, so the free node is taken from the available list and it is inserted into the linked list. And similarly, when you delete the elements in the linked list, the deleted node is again stored in the available list. So that it can be used in further. Okay, see here, this is the available empty list. This is the linked list. Okay, So if you want to insert any new node, the first element in the available list will come there. Then you have to give address to that, and you have to store and you have to connect to another node. So if we get so what are the here? How we get this from? How we get this node from the available node? We get the free node from the list means by using the command get node. So what we can do, get node means the get node is a function which calls the available list and it gives the free node from the and it gives the first node from the available list. So this is first node, second node, third and fourth. So if we call the get node, then we directly call the first node from the available list. So we get the node. So the node call from available list by using the function we call it as a get node. Then we have another function is called as free node. So free node means you directly delete the node in the linked list by using the command free node. When you delete, this node is again stored in available list. Okay. So what is available list? So available list is a collection of free nodes or a list is a list of free nodes in the memory. So it contains unused cell of unused memory cells or it contains unused memory cells. Okay. So in this way, how to allocate the we are taking the values from the taking the memory from the system by using the available list. Okay. Next one, how we represent the linked list. Okay, so here we represent the linked list in this way by using structures. We represent the linked list. Okay, so how we represent the nodes means okay, I will tell okay just how to represent. So here the representation of linked list here, the nodes in the list are self-referential structure. So what is self-referential structure? See here we are representing the linked list in this way. Struct node, we are creating a node and it has info field is there and another one is link. We have two fields in the node. One is info and another one is link. Okay. So, so why we call it self-reference structure means a structure is a collection of one or more fields which are of same or different data types. Okay. We already know that a structure is a collection of one or more fields which are of same or different types. So a self-referential structure is a structure which has at least one field which is a pointer to itself. Okay. So what is a self-referential structure is? It is a structure which has at least one field which is a pointer to itself. So So what we have to do is the self-reference structure is just what is here name of the node is node and the it contains one link pointer field. So we call it as a self-reference structure. So the name here I write here, that is I call the link, so we call it as a self-referential structure here. Okay, so the name I am write as struct node, here also struct node. So the name I what you have right here, that is the same name we call with the mm, data type, then we call it as a self-referential structure. So actually in this way we have to declare the structure of the node. Then here after this we have to declare in this way. Okay, column. Then we have to write as after that we declared as, after this function we end with semicolon, then we write as ty type def okay, struct node, we represented in this way, star node star node. Okay, so here observe that above structure is tagged structure using the keyword type def. Okay, so using the keyboard type def, struct node stars. Here struct node star is given, the struct node star is given as alternate name as node. So whenever you use the struct node, instead of that we use the only node here. Node means it contains link and information. Okay. Every time you don't write struct node star, just you have to write as node. Okay, clear? This is we call it as a self-referential structure. Okay, clear. So this is the self-reference, in this way how to represent. So now how to create or how to allocate a memory, how we allocate the memory in the system. Okay, so how we allocate the memory in the computer in linked list. For example, if you are considering a node X is here, so I am considering a node, already I declared as struct node. Now I am writing node X. I am taking node X. How we represent memory is I am initializing it as I am taking node as X. So I want memory for the node. I want memory of the, so in linked list I want the node only. So in this way we have to represent the memory allocation dynamically to the linked list in a node. So what is means X equal to node malloc sizes of struct node is my name of the node. So what does it mean? Means it allocates memory space from the available list. So what is the free memory is available in the available list? We allocate that memory to this X. So in this way how to represent. Okay. Otherwise if x equal to null. What does it mean? That we have no memory, or printf there is no memory available in the list, or out of memory. Okay, so in this way, how to represent the, how to allocate the memory to the node. Okay, so far clear, students? Ping me with a message. Is it clear? Okay, is it clear, students? So if you want to allocate memory from the, if you allocate if you want to take a memory, means if you want to insert, or if you consider, if you want to create a list. List means it contains node. So if you want to create a node, so we can use malloc functions to allocate memory explicitly and when required, and exact amount of memory space is needed during execution. So this can be done using, you have to use the malloc function, you have to take the memory from the computer. So next, how to create an empty list. So how to we create an empty list? See here, how to we create first a node? How to we create node? That is struct node. Okay, open. Then int data or info. You can write anything. Int info. Then what we have to do is, next you have to give the name as struct node space. What is the value I am given here? Here link. Okay, I am giving what are the elements present in the node. So what is info? One is info and one is link. Then what I already told you. I use the type def function. I don't write all times struct node, but I just use the concept as node here. Okay. Okay, node. So this is in this way how to represent the node. Now the node is created. So the node is created. So we have, so how we create an empty list means, first we have to write the node equal to first. So what is first? So first means it contains the address of the first node. So if the first equal to null, if the first equal to null, it indicates an empty list. So here node equal to first means first is a self-referential structure variable. If the first is contains null, then we call it as list is empty. Okay, so in this way how to create an empty list. So if the first contains some address, that means the list is contains some data. If first contains null, the list is empty. So next we see how to create an node with specified item. Here the node contains nothing. So how we get how we create a node with specified item. So how we create a node with specified item means I already told you we are using the function called get node. So we are using the function called get node. So what is get node here? See here. So how we represent this is, for example, FIRST first equal to get node. So what is the use of get node function? The get node function is get the free memory from the available list. So here using first we can access the address of this node. So I got some empty space from the memory. So this is available list. First is get node. So I got this address. So using the variable first, we can access the address of the node. So we can access the address of the node. Okay. So we get we get the node of this. So how we can store the item in that is okay. So in this way, how to store the item? Just see first contains the new node get node. Okay. So the node contains two blocks. One is info and another one is node. So I get first. I'm using this symbol in programming. So first of info. So first of info equal to 10 means the data in the node is 10 and we get the first of link is null. So what does means first? So just see here, you better understand what is the get node means. Just see here. So this is the node 1 with address. So that node will give the name as first. The node name as first. Okay. So it has two fields. One is info and the another one is link. Okay. What we do in info field, we get the value, put the value is 10. Okay. What of link? This is first. First of link means this. You can represent it in this way, or you can represent it using pointers, that is star first dot info or link. Star first or star first, you can represent in this one programming. In both way you can represent. So every time you have to write star dot, this is difficult. So just first info 10, so I get the value 10 and link get value is null. So what does it mean? Create a specified node with item. So in this way you have to, so what is first? First contains the address of this node. So that is double one. So first contains 111 address. So first of link contains null. Just see here, first contains the first block that is available from the available list, that is 111. That address will store, and first of info contains 10 and first of link contains null. So in this way how to create a node with specified item. So if you want to delete this node, just use the command free. The node name is first. So free first means the node total is deleted. All the node is deleted. Free node means remove total node. The node name is first, so free of first means it remove this node. Okay. So this is about linked list. So next class we discussed about single linked list and what are the different operations performed on single linked list. We can discuss it in the next class. What are the operations performed in single linked list? We will discuss it in the next class. So far, any doubts? Reply me with a message. Okay, today we end the session. Tomorrow we will see. Thank you.